Hello friends, it is July 17th, 7 a.m. in the morning, and I have a very fun video planned for today. But first, we need to get our chakras aligned, and then I'm going to shoot the rest of this video. There are very few things that are as euphoric as finishing yoga and just laying there like a dead corpse. Oh, sometimes it's nice to just lay down and look at the sky. There's a pretty big change happening right now. It's a global change that affects each and every one of us. We're living in the information age, and it's never been easier or more socially acceptable to be distracted. I think the scariest part is that we all know that it's happening, and we choose to do nothing about it. Lately, my attention has been under attack, and that's what I'd like to talk about in today's video.
Let me show in a parable to what extent our nature is enlightened or unenlightened.
That's pretty cool. This guy's jamming out on the piano. I remember when distraction was something that you had to create. When we were kids, we would sit around for hours trying to come up with games that we could play to occupy our time. There weren't so many different things that were trying to get our attention at the same time. So inevitably, we had to come up with stuff. A good example was dirt clod fights.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to kill the bad guys by beating them in the head with these dirt clods.
Two teams, opposite ends of the field, or in our case, a military junkyard. Each team would find cover behind rusted out military vehicles and relentlessly throw dirt clods across no man's land until the other team would eventually give up. Now I know what you're thinking, what the heck does this have to do with distraction? This idea of being bored and having to create something is exactly what's missing. Whether it's throwing dirt clods or discovering your passion, you almost always discover new things through boredom. Alright, I'm at the German hardware store looking for some plant food so that we can fix those plants that unfortunately died when Madeline and I were on holiday. Perfect. You see, my attention is constantly under attack because I'm so accustomed to distraction. Distraction's everywhere. And even though I'm trying to argue that there's more distraction now than there's ever been, there's always been distraction. It's not really distraction that's the problem. It's me that's the problem. It's me letting distraction creep in and consume all of my attention. Now, oh, there's a guy taking a selfie behind me. Look at that guy. I need two things. A projector and a wall.
Envision human figures living in an underground cave with a long entrance across the whole width of the cave. Here they have been from their childhood and have their legs and necks chained so that they cannot move and can only see before them, being prevented by the chains from turning their heads around.
Unfortunately, right now, I relate a lot with Plato's characters, specifically the ones who are sitting on the ground, consumed by this massive, grandiose illusion in front of them. For me, that illusion is distraction. Now, the difference between me and Plato's characters is I know that there's more than distraction. I'm aware I don't need someone to come down and tap me on the shoulder to teach me or lead me up those stairs and show me what's beyond the illusions or the distractions on the wall. That's the worst part. I'm living a life of distraction, but I'm also aware that it's not good and it's a problem. I don't think that Plato necessarily says this in his story, but personally, I feel that all humans eventually become bored with distraction. And personally, that's where I'm at. I'm tired of being distracted. I want to walk up those quote-unquote stairs in Plato's story, and I want to see what else is out there. But I have to learn to be bored again. The reason why I'm stuck in that cave is because I'm constantly looking for distraction. I'm constantly looking for comfort. There's so much noise, whether it's social media, movies, television, etc., 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 to the end of Earth. There are so many distractions out there just gunning for my attention. And I'm letting it happen. The most uncomfortable thing just happened.
What?
Your neighbor just walked out of her front door and I thought it was you. So I was standing like right over here recording because I was expecting it to be you coming out of your house. I think the starting point for getting my attention back is learning how to be bored again. When I was a kid, all my greatest ideas came from being bored. And as a creative and a filmmaker, I think it's really important to kind of salvage that childhood perspective and feel boredom. And feel boredom in a very literal sense of doing nothing. Boredom is the starting point for finding whatever it is that you should be paying attention to, whatever your interests are, your passions. And I really like that phrase, pay attention. I'm so careful with how I spend my money and what I spend my money on, but lately I haven't been very careful with what I spend my attention on. Today, I'm going to press the reset button in a very literal sense, and that's why Valentine and I are riding our bikes to the lake, and that's why I brought the shitty bike. I'm pulling a little bit of inspiration from the Christians, and well, rather than telling you, I think it's better that I show you. So what follows is me baptizing myself and trying to get my attention back. We'll see if it works. Oh man. Oh dude, I hit my head. Alright, I just changed, got some dry clothes on, and I'm feeling good. So obviously, riding your bike into the lake is not the answer. Although I do feel good right now. If I want to get my attention back, then I have to be more strict with where I spend it, and I have to learn how to be bored again. I think that being bored is the starting point. Anyways, I hope that you enjoyed the video. I'll be dropping new videos every single Monday. And if you liked this video, then please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. We'll see you in the next one. Ciao. Okay, so those plants that I was telling you about, I didn't actually get a good look at them before I went to Bauhaus. Before looking at them, I thought in my head that I could fix the plants. So Madeline, can you please show me your plants?
I'm not so good with plants.
So that's what's left. Sure, maybe show it at the side. Oh my god.
Yeah.